Virgo, hi. So this is going to be a reading for February 13th through the 19th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Virgo. I'm looking because in order to get them cats that are sleeping away from this room now, to get them used more to the crates, I actually laid them around here. But it's really, well, Juno is the only one that really runs in there. She's like, what's in there? What's in there? So, but this is more for Felix, because he's the one really traumatized, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna see them every day. I'm not gonna get you in there, but you're gonna see them. And then I throw in some treats in there, and then the treats are gone, but I don't see the cats in there. So anyways, the overall energy for the reading, the High Priestess. Okay, so definitely trying to get in touch with your intuition here. Keeping in touch with your intuition rather than your mind, at least trying to. But man, okay. In the recent past, the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, there's a connection that's forming here. I see it more coming your way, but it could be, you know, I feel like eventually it gets like a mutual kind of an energy that forms together, that the two of you are working on it together. There's a little bit of stressing around this. There's a little bit of something. I don't know what that is yet. But in the current situation, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's you being all confident, and then when options show up, that's when you lose it. You know? So it's kind of like, okay, you do have a sense of your intuition here. Everything's in tune, everything's fine. And then throw, you know, 10 options in front of Virgo, and then they lose it. They're like, oh, okay, let's start thinking about this. So it all goes up here. So a little bit of a change here kind of creates that, you know, you just kind of flipping into the mind, and then it gets chaotic in there. So I don't know what is happening, but I do feel like something is opening up in terms of maybe little changes. We'll see how little. In the immediate future, the World card, the Nine of Wands, the Judgment card. Ooh, resistance is falling off. I see stubbornness, resistance, sense of defensiveness even. It's kind of brushing off here, and it's part of your healing. So you might be working on that, or I don't know. There's definitely a process here where you're kind of dropping off that, well, not all of the wall, but some bricks of your wall that keeps you resistant to things. Let's clarify. Let's see. Let me see the High Priestess. The Nine of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Wands. It's interesting because you're showing me a little bit of a parallel here. You're showing me, oh, it feels so good to be in the moment, to have that confidence, to go with your intuition. It feels great. And it's like, and then when the mind starts to, you know, like interfere with that, there's a sense of almost rejection to it. Like, no, go away, mind. It doesn't feel good. Go away. You don't have to reject it. You know, there's definitely... There's times when it's going to come through, and it's going to try to create 1,000 scenarios that you can go through and things like that. Even when you are in this, especially when you're in this serene place of the moment, the now, right? Your mind is always going to try to interfere. The rejection is only going to make it stay longer rather than push it away, you know? So you can let it come through, and then, you know, talk to your mind there for a little bit and tell it to excuse you. You have stuff to do. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a battle here on your side with almost acknowledging that when this takes over, it doesn't feel that great. It actually complicates things more than resolves things. So it's a little bit of a struggle here for you, almost against your own thoughts. But let's see the Lovers there in the recent past. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. This is something that I see you going for it, whatever this connection is, and then kind of backing away, but backing away in your own thoughts. Again, that whole struggle, right? But at that time, I don't see you necessarily recognizing that you're doing that. Now it's becoming more and more conscious, but at that time, it's kind of like you do something, and then you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, so I did that. Let's see. So the possibilities of something coming through from that would be this. But what if this doesn't happen? Then that could happen, and then that could happen, and you know. So there's a lot of overthinking the minute you do something. So I see a little bit of back and forth there when it comes to your action towards this connection. I do see this energy coming towards you, though. You know, despite your own little whatever you got going on with your own thoughts. Let's do the Knight of Wands. The Ten of Swords, the Judgment card, the Page of Swords. It's not coming through, this energy is not coming through, at least not from the get-go, as open arms, yes, Virgo, let's go for it. If anything, it comes through as, hey, what's up? You know, but not promising anything for the future necessarily in the way they're coming through. I don't see them shutting this down completely. I just don't see them necessarily promising future for this within their energy as they're approaching you. Now, what happened after? Who the hell knows? I kind of get the sense that things changed a little bit for the better there in terms of it may have formed into something. But let's see the Nine of Swords, even though initially doesn't look like it, but for the Nine of Swords, you get the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, that's the Eight of Wands. That's where things actually start going back and forth here. Despite the very deceptive energies of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Those are extra. Those shouldn't even be there, but they were. So yeah. It's that same wall that you've had possibly for a very long time, and now you're becoming more aware of it. These thoughts, whatever wall you're creating through your thoughts, which you're not even realizing you're actually creating a wall, you're starting to become more and more aware of it. Because if you look back at these situations, it's like, you know, even though I was kind of diving into all sorts of thoughts about it, this situation still played out in the way it should have, regardless of that. So it's kind of like creating extra energies that are not even needed here. Let's do the Queen of Wands in the current situation. The Six of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. There's something you started to slip more into this energy of being in the moment, a lot of self-love, you know. I don't know how you did that, if it was a conscious decision for you to do that in terms of, all right, let me practice to be more here rather than in my head. But it just happened. And I feel like you're practicing that more and more. Again, not sure if it's a conscious or unconscious, subconscious decision, but it's definitely here. It's definitely happening. Let's do the Seven of Cups until something triggers your thoughts, which could be the slightest change into the scenery. For the Seven of Cups, you get the Nine of Swords, the Moon, the Three of Swords. Yeah, the slightest little okay option here. Okay, Virgo, I'll give you 3 options about whatever, and that makes your thoughts kind of come through. It's kind of like the gate is open. That's the key to that gate of thoughts. Options. The word even, options. Okay, let's see. Your mind can't wait. What is this though? Because you are hiding some pain through this pattern. Something quite deep here. But it is hidden as A source of pain? Because when you do create these energies, I'm sure, I see a lot of stress. I see a lot of things piling up in there as this energy of your own mind comes through. And of course, that's going to add to something painful. That's going to, just stress you out about any kind of situation. So I feel like it's piled up pain here from these extra energies. Let's do the Eight of Swords. Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, Two of Cups. Yeah, and it's so simple. Like if you look at this, Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, Two of Cups. This is love. This is the energy that, goes back and forth in that love. This is an equal give and take kind of an energy. And then there's two people sharing that, because that's what it takes. It takes two to make that go round and round and round. Now look at you, what you're doing over this. So simple, right? Simple energy. That's all there is to it. And there you come with your thoughts. And you're like, okay. So, what do we have here? We have love. But do we have love? Is this for real love? Even if you get to establish that this is for real love, you're getting on to the next energy, which is that of equal give and take. And then you start, kind of trying to decipher that. And it's exhausting. Why would you do that when the energy is, that's what it is. That's it. That's it. Why do you have to know the whys behind all of these? Instead of taking it as what it is. Looking at it and being like, huh, okay. No, this is the whys. This is where, you're starting to create those energies again, those extra energies that this situation doesn't need. It runs on its own. But it shows up as you did it a lot in the past, where you didn't even acknowledge that you were doing that, and you're starting to be more and more aware of you doing that to these energies that are showing up quite simple, that's what it is. And you have to know the whys every time, which creates a lot of other whys and other what ifs and all sorts of things here. And again, it's all piling up into a source of pain that you're keeping alive, that's coming from this, very, very interesting, because you're getting to the bottom of something here. As to the World card in the immediate future, the Ten of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. Very heavy cycle you've been experiencing here with this. It's a matter of choosing at the end of the day. Choosing whether to hold on to this pattern of overthinking things, of trying to throw in your thoughts on everything, or just kind of looking at everything and taking it as it appears. Just accepting it as it appears. And I know that's probably a pretty hard concept. How can I accept it? I need to question it. If it's a pattern, then yeah, you need to question it. If it's something that doesn't make you feel good and it brings in some energies that are, at the end of the day, are painful for you, why would you do that? Now it's my turn to ask the whys. Why would you do that? Isn't it easier when you do fall into acceptance of things? Something showed up in front of you and you're like, okay. Instead of asking why about it. Interesting, because that's exactly where you're at. And this cycle is coming to a close slowly but surely, which is telling me there's progress here in terms of your own choice at the end of the day. Do I choose to accept things as they show up, or do I choose to question them? Let's do the Nine of Wands. The Empress, the Seven of Swords, the High Priestess. This is a battle between the old Virgo that had only thoughts about everything, and the new Virgo that's starting to fall more into the present and into the acceptance of pretty much everything. So this is a struggle here, where I see you really, I don't want that. I want the old. I'm used to it. And then the new comes in. And then the new just sits there, stands in front of everything, just knowing that it is what it is. And then you're walking away from that too, but your intuition pulls you back into the new. And it's like, it's a little bit of a struggle here. But I love seeing this for you, you know, because this is definitely telling me that you're taking on a pretty huge pattern that ultimately creates pain. So, very healing. Let's do the Judgment card. Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Star. There's someone by your side here as you're experiencing this, but this is your own journey. This is your own struggle, your own pattern. There is someone that could be influential here in terms of maybe supporting, maybe they're just there because they're there. Who knows? But I do see you attached to another energy, which is something that the both of you are showing me. It's something that we want. And it's quite transformative for the both of you, this connection as it comes together right now, in terms of, again, I see it helping you out. You're going through your own thing. This situation is kind of running on its own, kind of a thing. But this, whatever it is you're working on, actually helps this grow and helps this heal. Just like if they are working on something on their own, it's going to contribute to this growth of this connection too. So it's quite interesting. Let me see what the universe has. The Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's bringing difficulty to any kind of relationship. There's one in particular that shows up, but this whole, you know, overthinking and loading it with extra energies in there, even though it's you, it kind of falls onto whatever you're connected to also. So it's bringing, and it has brought possibly difficulty into a possible love connection here that you have going on. So doing this might release some heaviness from the situation. You know, from you, first of all, but then, as I said, it affects this situation too. So, but that's it. That's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.